What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, amongst some bullshit fight cards in boxing, we're getting this Shawn Porter versus Kell Brook. Awesome card. We get to see Darrell and Bika go at it again. I think the first fight was controversial. It was a good fight. This is a set the record straight fight between the two of them. You have Omar Figueroa, who is a crowd pleaser in terms of his style. His last performance was kind of iffy. A lot of people thought he should have lost. Some people thought he should have won. But needless to say, he has an interesting, entertaining style. And in the main event, Shawn Porter, Kell Brook. So I want to spend some time talking about this main event. And let me just say this. Some people say things in boxing. You guys leave comments on my videos, which is all good. And I know we're not going to agree on everything. However, I think a lot of people leave comments that aren't in context. You got to put things in perspective. And some of you guys don't do that, in my opinion. And Kell Brook, he's been a pro for long enough, and he hasn't fought anyone. He's just now fighting for a world title. Father Time is ticking, and he hasn't really got his shot. He pulled out of other fights. But you still got to put things in perspective. I still think Kell Brook is a viable challenger, viable mandatory, and I don't think you should sleep on Kell Brook. Mark my words, I do not think you should sleep on Kell Brook. There are some variables that make this an interesting fight, but I am not sleeping on Kell Brook despite everything. I think, again, you got to put things in context. People are like, oh, he pulled out of the Devin Alexander fight twice. True. Oh, he's been a pro this long and he hasn't fought anybody. True. However, every fighter, no matter how soon or late, they reach that point and it's either sink or swim. Either they're going to rise to the occasion or they're going to fold under pressure. So this fight, to me, is going to determine which one is going to be for Kell Brook. But I'm not sleeping on him because he has some boxing abilities. He can bang a bit. He has power, and he's a big fucking welterweight. And that's kind of what I want to talk about in this video as well, is I didn't realize, I know Shawn Porter is like kind of a tank, just real stocky and compact, but I did not realize how big Kell Brook was in comparison to Shawn Porter. I knew he was big for welterweight, but he's been fighting a lot of just European fighters and whatnot. This motherfucker is big. Like, I knew he was big, but look at him next to Shawn Porter. I put together this little graphic of the face-off, and he's big. And then as you'll see throughout the picture slides in this video, he looks to be in great shape. I mean, and I understand boxing. Don't leave those dumbass comments like it's not a bodybuilding contest. I realize that. However, if I see a fighter in shape, that is a good sign. Usually that means they're taking care of their body, following their nutrition, their diet and whatnot, getting their miles in and stuff like that. So it's still a good sign that he's in good shape. Shawn Porter also in these pictures, his face looks a little dry to me. It looks like he may have had a little bit of trouble making weight or something, like he's possibly a bit weight drained. It's too early to fully tell, but his face looks like more thinned out than I've normally been used to seeing. And I know Shawn Porter is another guy who's big at welterweight and kind of squeezes down to 147, but he was previously, when he was even younger, fighting at higher weight divisions. So it's an interesting fight. This is a banger of a fight. Like I said, I'm not here to do my prediction video just yet, but I will have that up. And I think Kell Brook is very live. He's a live dog in this fight, and there's some interesting just things to look at. If Kell Brook won, if his stamina is intact, like where he doesn't have issues with fatiguing, and we've seen guys like Canelo who showed us fatiguing and stamina issues previously look better. I think Canelo's stamina in the Edeslandi Lara fight, it was good. You know what I mean? He didn't really have any problems. Like, he took breaks and rounds off against Trout and Angulo. It looked like he was getting tired. But in the Lara fight, it was intact. So if Kell Brook can get that under control and doesn't have those stamina issues, because Shawn Porter's not the guy, let's be honest. He's not the guy you want to have stamina issues with. He provides that relentless pressure, keeps coming forward, and he makes it uncomfortable for you. So he's not going to give you the breaks that you want. So that's one thing for Kell Brook. And then ultimately his chin at an elite level, or at a level with a very reputable person like a Shawn Porter or Keith Thurman or whoever, how will Kell Brook's chin hold up? And the last thing, I guess, is will Kell Brook freeze under pressure? He looked like he got a little bit of starstruck or whatever in one of his big fights in the U.S. So it's going to be interesting to see those components. Now, if his stamina is intact, he could take a punch and he doesn't get starstruck or the moment doesn't become bigger than him, then we have a great fucking fight on our hands. And Kell Brook is 100% a live dog. Those are questions that need to be answered. Unfortunately, when you got a guy like Kell Brook, it's the gift and the curse. The gift and the curse is this. He's been around for some time as a pro, ain't fought nobody. So for your opponent, you may underestimate him. Like, oh, he's Euro trash. He's a fucking bum. And he's really a live dog. And you don't really know everything because sometimes in the States versus the UK, things are different. You don't get to catch the UK broadcast and vice versa. There's different time zones and maybe you didn't watch Sky Sports or whatever. So it's going to be interesting. There might be things that Shawn Porter does not know about Kell Brook from his limited amounts of footage and not, you know what I mean, being on different regions or whatever. That's one thing. And again, the curse side would be, since Kell Brook hasn't fought anyone the caliber of a Shawn Porter, like an American champion, a top Mexican champion or whatnot, it's just a guessing game of how he's going to look. We don't really know. You know what I mean? Beating Senchenko, that's cool. That's cool for your resume. Beating Carson Jones, that's decent. But that's not proving shit. You know what I mean? In terms of the best guys, Carson Jones ain't the best welterweight. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think of this fight. It's a banger. I'm really looking forward to it. Questions will be answered. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think, who you're picking. I will put out a prediction video soon enough. Make sure you like the video. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.